Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Aimstone channel. I just want to make a quick announcement that I am trying to water fast for 7 days. Probably by the time you're watching this video, I will finish day 2, but day 1 was I don't want to say easy, it was quite hard. I was watching all these TikTok food videos in New York and elsewhere, and I got quite hungry. So I was basically testing my willpower, but I did not break down and I did not eat anything. I was just drinking water. Today, day two, I feel physically weak, mentally sharp, and actually I did not feel quite hungry. So I guess that's probably the best news so far. So I will continue fasting for the next couple days. Hopefully I will make it by day 7. But anyway guys, let's move on and take a look at the Bitcoin market. BTC right now is at around $42,000. The price may change by the time you watch this video because I am recording like during the day and you will watch this video during the afternoon. So let's see if the price will change. But yes, $42,000. Now it looks like we are forming another support. Probably the next resistance, the next support will be at around $45,000. Let's see if Bitcoin in the next couple of days, maybe the next couple of weeks, will be able to break the resistance of 45K. But yes, guys, I am quite excited. 42K is still not bad considering the fact that in beginning of 2013 we were at only $17,000, so we are definitely more than like 140, 150% up from that point on. Additionally, we have 200-day simple moving average. We can see the BTC price action bounced back very well from 200-day simple moving average on this 18-hourly chart. Yes, I think moving average and BTC price action will continue to diverge, just like we have seen back in October, where BTC broke above 200 days moving average, literally skyrocketed, and it definitely reached a decent delta size. So let's see if we will see something around this time. If we zoom out a bit, take a look at this 2-daily Bitcoin chart, we can notice that we had this long-lasting support line going back since the beginning of 2023, where Bitcoin was below $17,000. So in September, we can see that BTC broke below that support, but then it skyrocketed above that support, and now once again, just recently, BTC price action broke below that support, and it looks like it's about to reach that support once again. I think BTC will be like $43,000, $44,000. We will be back above that support line. So yes, I am quite excited what's about to happen. 200-week simple moving average on this 2-daily chart, yes, slightly below $31,000. BTC is about 42K, so we have delta at around $11,000. This is still quite nice, but we did have delta way more. We had delta almost 20K, where BTC was at 49K. But look, just part of volatility. Trees do not grow to sky. So no, Bitcoin is not going to skyrocket from $0 to $1 million. This is just not going to happen. The path will be very difficult and very volatile. Alright guys, let's move on, take a look at some Bitcoin market sentiment. Bitcoin fear greed index, today we had greed, we had 55. Yesterday we had 54, we were neutral. Well, I think greed will be a bit overstretched because I do not see a lot of market optimism, a lot of greed in the market. I would say we would still have to be in neutral position. But yes, I think if we break like 44, 45K, then yes, we will be in greed. But right now, I do not think we should be in greed. But you never know. Maybe BTC will be at 43K tomorrow. Yes, BTC is definitely capable of doing that. Alright guys, moving on. Look at this. Ray Dalio, billionaire hedge fund manager. Ray Dalio endorses Bitcoin exactly 3 years ago. Today, Dalia owns BTC and advocates allocation 2% to portfolio as a digital gold. This is what he said 3 years ago. Bitcoin is one of the hell of an investment. 100% he is correct. Yes, I think before like 2018, 2017, he was bashing Bitcoin, but now it looks like actually 3 years ago it seemed like he actually was positive on BTC. Yes, we need more people like Ray Dalio to endorse Bitcoin. Alright guys, moving on. Breaking news, Blackrock's Bitcoin holdings are now valued at over $2.1 billion. Yes, I think last time I did an interview back last week on Friday, it was like slightly over 2 billion. Now it's almost 2.2 billion. And I think by the end of this day, we will continue to see inflows into BlackRock Bitcoin spot. Yeah, it probably will be over, I don't know, maybe 2.3. In fact, Friday, My friend, I actually manage my friend's portfolio, and she had like Facebook stock for, I think I bought it like long time ago. She gained maybe like 40%. So I decided to sell Facebook, and I bought her Blackrock Bitcoin spot. Yeah, she's not like tech savvy. She cannot hold her own private keys. So I decided to buy her Bitcoin spot. Yeah, and I think she will be quite delighted in the next couple of years. Alright guys, moving on. $230 billion asset manager Harvest files to launch new spot Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong. Yes, that would be quite nice. Yes, didn't China ban Bitcoin like a couple of years ago? Yes, that was what, late 2021? No, mid 2021. And then they still continue mining Bitcoin on the black market, and now it looks like they want to launch Bitcoin spot ETF. So this ETF will definitely legitimize Bitcoin in China. I hope it's going to happen. Okay, guys, moving on. $8.5 trillion asset manager Charles Schwab is reportedly preparing to enter the spot Bitcoin ETF market. Yes, I think this is going to be humongous. $8.5 trillion is definitely no joke. I think BlackRock asset under management like 10, $11 trillion. Charles Schwab probably would be behind BlackRock, $8.5 trillion. So yes, I definitely want to see the increase in competition among Bitcoin spot ETFs. So far, I think BlackRock and Bitwise are two leaders. Everything else is quite behind. But even when ARK21 share still owns like $500 million asset under management in Bitcoin. Alright guys, moving on. Bitcoin whales accumulate $3 billion in BTC in less than a month, according to Into the Block. Let's take a look. Whales include any entities, individuals, or fund, including the ETFs holding over 1,000 BTC, while BTC ETFs have seen a net inflow of $820 million. Bitcoin whales have seen an increase of $3 billion so far in 2024, including GBTC. Bitcoin ETFs now hold 3.23% of BTC circulating supply. This is the highest shares of supply than the gold case, whereas $110 billion after the market cap of minus 10 trillions in held in US traded ETFs. Despite the Bitcoin's correction, the highest ownership of Bitcoin ETFs suggests those have actually been getting decent reaction among traditional financial investors. Well, I don't know if $3 billion inflow actually correct since the beginning of this year, because I know that Grayscale sold more than $4 billion in BTC, and then the inflow was also more than like $4 or $5 billion. So I think 3 billion is understatement. Let me know, what do you guys think? In fact, we can see this chart that literally whales addresses skyrocketed from like when Bitcoin spot ETF was approved to this current time. Right now, they own more than 7.8 million Bitcoin. So I don't know if you can believe this, but let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, let's change gear a bit, take a look at some interesting Bitcoin charts. This first chart is from the rational root. It represents short-term hodler cost basis. It basically represents average historic BTC price that people paid for. So I think average BTC price was like 30k, something like that, I'm not too sure. But on the bottom we have standard deviation, and as we can see that whenever standard deviation spikes, BTC skyrockets. In fact, that is true the opposite. Whenever BTC skyrockets, standard deviation spikes. So this is actually a great indication when you may consider going into BTC, maybe going long, but I do not recommend going long, at least not more than like 2 to 3x, and not more than maybe like 1% of your portfolio. But yes, going long is, I think, just another gambling method. Another cool chart from the rational root. 94% Bitcoin halving in progress. It means 6% still left. Right now, well, we are almost in February, and then we have like 2 months left until April. So this is definitely very good news. So yes, guys, continue stacking. And lastly, here is a cool chart. It represents global M2 money supply, as we can see in this bluish color, and of course we have BTC price action. Yes, indeed, we see close correlation between Bitcoin bull markets and M2 money supply increase. Every time M2 money supply increases, BTC skyrockets. I guess you can say that would happen back in 2012, 2016, 2020, and now it looks like they're back to printing money. So maybe no wonder why BTC went up. Maybe United States not going into monetary easing so far, but other countries around the world, that's exactly what they're doing. They are printing more and more money. Lastly, here is the chart from Plan B. Bitcoin 42K on track like a clockwork. Well, is that so? Look, his average price was predicting well like 55K, now we are at 42K, so BTC price definitely was off. And lastly, let's take a look at this quick video where Bloomberg analyst Mike Malone will explain what he thinks is going to happen to BTC after Bitcoin halving. Let's take a look.
A lot of people are expecting the next parabolic move for Bitcoin to start in the months following the Bitcoin halving. I guess you have a different view on this?
Sure, if the stock market's going up, Bitcoin will probably go up. That's the bottom line, Giovanni. It's a known known. Known knowns don't matter in markets. Typically, they're priced in. It's the unknowns that we have to be able to watch. And I think the most significant major force this year in the macro is we have a deflating situation in China, very similar to peak Japan and peak Soviet Union about 30 years ago. That's potentially accelerating. We have the U.S. stock market all record highs, and the market's priced for excessive amount of easing to help keep it that way. Bitcoin's a good leading indicator. Now, if Bitcoin goes up and the stock market goes down, now that's a great sign of a new asset that is can diversify a portfolio and outperform in different environments. But I expect it's going to just continue what it normally does.
A lot of people are talking about the inflow of a huge amount of capital coming from institutions that are going to play a massive effect in the supply and demand sort of equation with Bitcoin, that they are going to pump the price of Bitcoin up, at least in the long term. It looks like you have a much more critical view on this.
Well, the term I've heard from Bitcoin people and crypto people is hopium. My editors don't seem to like that word so much at Bloomberg. I love that word, hopium. Sure, if you get those flows, that'll help keep the price go up. But look what's happened recently. Now we're seeing flows into these new ETFs. A lot of it's come out of GBTC, rightly so. GBTC is still the GLD of the space. It's what, 27 billion or so compared to all these other ones that are a couple billion. Let's remember the facts of the number one rule for investors and money managers and private wealth funds and RIAs is the rule of compounded returns over time. Why is the world, most institutions on the planet, way underweight gold, typically maybe less than 1% of total portfolios? Why? Gold is traditional old school store value. It does not give you a return. And the competition right now is a US T-bill at 5%. Bitcoin is digital gold, but there is no return. So we're talking about marketing this product to entities in the past that have all been focused on equities and compounded returns. And they're supposed to get over that hump that they've already passed on gold for this. Good luck. I mean, I just heard it and seen it from people in the space, but from my experience being at conferences and working with clients it'll be a toy. I mean, I've always heard of toys in portfolios. It's a small part, but what's the earnings? Now that's where Ethereum might have an advantage, but Bitcoin has no earnings, like gold has no earnings. And that's why traditional and the essence of compounding returns over time is you want earnings. My base case with the U.S. recession just starting to kick in, and as the pendulum has swung from extreme recession way over to no recession, now it just swings back a little bit. If Bitcoin can outperform in that environment, that would really change my view of this being just a risk asset that's overhyped and over inexpensive right now. But we need to see that. So my base case, to be clear, is risk assets go down this year. Gold and long bonds outperform for typical deflationary recession, but it won't be typical because the Fed will not ease with the ease it has in my entire lifetime because the lessons of easing too much.
So Mike Malone seems like a doom and gloom guy. He does not expect BTC to go higher. He thinks recession will bring the stock market and therefore BTC way lower. Well, we should wait and see. Yes, Q4 for the last year, GTP came up quite positive, well, like more than 3%, even though it was based on that, but they will continue printing money, and therefore stock market most likely will continue to go high, and therefore BTC will go higher respectively. But let's see. I really hope BTC will be like about 100, 200, 300k by the end of this year. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below, subscribe, and like this video.